Welcome back to another review with me, Kevin, from Kevin Grant on Whisky. Today I'm in Inverness near Urquhart Castle. I won't be doing my review from here because I'm driving, but it's going to be the GlenAllachie 15. Join me for a sample and a review. Let's talk whisky. So from Urquhart Castle all the way back to Inverness to the hotel room where we'll be doing the review this week. Usually it's set in the new makeshift room in the flat, but now we're on the road today. We're on the road. So what I've got today is the GlenAllachie 15-year-old. It's a typical Speyside, but with a lot more oomph to it, I would say. So the only reason I could do Urquhart Castle was two things. One is I was driving, and the other, I think I would have got in a lot of trouble for sampling whisky on site, but it's okay. So I'm going to be doing it here. So I've got the GlenAllachie 15. As you can see, I've had some of this out already, which is, for me, it's a great dram, but I've never really spoken about it. I share it a lot. You know, that's not all me. This is a lot of sharing going on. GlenAllachie's a Speyside, and Billy Walker was the man who's taken over here, and for me really brought forward the GlenAllachie name and what it's doing. So previously he's been at Glendronach, Benrea, Glenglassaugh, and now he's got his forefront, his own business and distillery at GlenAllachie. The colour of it, straight away you can see it's all natural colour, non-chill filtered, and 46% ABV. It's got an age statement, it tells you there's no colour, and it's 46% ABV. These are my kind of tick marks. You want to see these things as positives. Why a master distiller should always bring something out that he believes is this is the true thing that we're trying to do. So I really like this, but we'll get down to it. We'll get it in the glass, we'll give it a nose, we'll get some tasting notes going and see how it goes. Yes. So I've took my wee Glencairn with me, a wee travel Glencairn up north. What a nice wee drab. So GlenAllachie, I think, means the Valley of the Rocks is what it perceives to mean. Yeah, the Valley of the Rocks. So 15 years old. This is a combination of Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez. Again, when you look at the whole Glendronach side of things, that was huge in their itinerary, was using PX and Oloroso. So Billy's went from there, took the kind of same ethos and put into GlenAllachie to do his own thing. And this is just a wonderful dram. The colour of it is amazing. I think if you said to someone, how old do you think this is, just by looking, I would always suspect older. If you said to me natural colour, I'm like, okay, well, 46%, I would say maybe older. Oh, I'm going to put this back, get a wee smell on it. Oh. It's very light on the nose. It's quite a little bit of chocolate there. You get your traditional sherry notes from it, that kind of sweeter note, a little bit of spice, slight saltiness, that kind of chocolate caramel note to it, like a sea salt caramel. But there's just those kind of light notes coming through. It's wonderful on the nose. It's a very savoury one that you want to just sit and savour and just enjoy. Let's try it on the palate. Sláinte, folks. So I've not had this for a while now. I found it in the cupboard, just sitting behind other things, and forgot, oh, I've still got this. I've not had it in a while. Just sitting there, and I thought this is probably the perfect time to review it. A few days away, headed up north, kind of in whisky region to an extent. We've got Balblair. What else have we got? There's a few. Dalmore is on the kind of the neighbourhood watch in Tomatin. So we headed up here. I thought I'll take a whisky because it's going to be Sunday at some point whilst we're here, and I still need to keep my reviews going. So when there's a will, there's a way. But on the palate, it's got raisins to it, it's got dates, it's quite Christmassy, it's those subtle spices to it. and the nose just kind of complements that as well, what's coming from it. And it's just the colour. You know, you think the money that is spent on casks, and I always say it, I think whatever Billy Walker touches turns to gold. It's just something premium, but at non-premium prices, if that makes sense. So I think I picked this up for £62, £63 for the GlenAllachie 15, which for me is unbelievably fair. Maybe too little for what it's worth, but hopefully they keep to the whole side of, we've got a lot of quality here, but we're going to produce it at a really good price that everyone can obtain it. And this is one I just love pulling out. You know, if people want to, I would say it's a sherry bomb, a natural sherry bomb, a really good age. It's a Harley Davidson who's just prompted past there, if you could hear that. But the taste is just amazing. It still lasts there. I mean, 46%, I don't feel 46% should still be hanging on that long, but this for me, Pedro Jimenez, and so it's a Holgate, big sherry hogshead, and a PX cask finish. The makeup, I'm not too sure of how long it's spent in each. I don't think it's been its full maturation, and obviously PX there, I think it's finished its last legs in there for maybe a couple of years or what. But dates, it's Christmassy, it's salty caramel, light. It doesn't smell like whiskey. This would be a good dram to pull out in front of someone that says, I don't like whiskey, whiskey smells like whiskey. Give them something that you would say, that just smells like whiskey. You know, when you go to a pub, when I used to work in the pub, it was always your blends. It was like, this just smells like whiskey, until you get something more premium and understand it. This is what I would put out as a contrast to say, tell me that smells like what you think doesn't smell nice. This is the avenue into changing that mindset. It's more of a chocolate note now. That little bit of spice, like kind of pine coneness, like chocolate pines. Slight maybe ginger hit to it. Very soft. It's more like a, you know, dairy milk caramel. You know, the caramel inside, if you split it in half, it would just, you know, go all over you. It's not hard caramel, it's that soft chocolatey caramel note I'm getting from it. It's just a really enjoyable dram, and looking at it now, I've not got, maybe just under half left if I look at it, but it's great. I think one of the kind of things that I'd seen or heard is everything that Billy Walker touches, he changes the name in the sense that this is, he always puts a D behind it, and then the second word, or not the second word, but the GlenAllachie, you know, the syllables it splits, is a capital, so capital G, capital A. When you look at Glendronach, it's the Glen, capital G, capital D, Benriach, capital B, capital R, and Glenglassaugh is the two capital G's. So supposedly that's his thing that he does. I don't know how much of that's true. I'd seen a wee thing about it, and I thought, well, that kind of makes sense, because everywhere he's been, I can see that on bottles. So maybe if there's never a name on it and you see that, he might have had something to do with it. But I think great value for money, superb quality, lots of good flavours coming from it, very light, great introduction to whiskey. In a comparison, this is really good in a blind tasting, to not fool people, but just to bring them out to what a real premium quality sherry Oloroso cask can do. But for me, it's a beauty, absolute beauty. I'm going to go and finish this off, sit here and relax, enjoy my view, looking out for Nessie whilst I'm up in Inverness. Going hunting for the last couple of days, got one wee day left at doing it. So I'll leave you to it on this beautiful day in Scotland. A beautiful Sunday for once, which has been a long time coming. But thanks again for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you've not done so already, and I'll bring out more content. Follow me on social media at Kevin Grant on Whisky. I put wee competitions and things up there too. Enjoy me next week, and again, let's talk whisky. Slange.